Russia has reportedly delivered the second S-400 Triumph missile defense systems to China amid rising tensions with the United States. The S-400s were reportedly delivered via maritime transport. The handover certificate was signed in December in China, as said by a military diplomatic source. Delivery of a second S-400 regimental set consisting of two divisions of launch devices, radio location stations, energy and service equipment, spare parts and instruments to China have been completed. The client has also received more than 120 advanced anti-aircraft guided missiles of both the types. China became the first international buyer of Russia's most advanced S-400 surface-to-air missile systems. Russia signed a contract with China on the delivery of two regimental sets of S-400 in the year of 2014. The first regimental set of S-400 was delivered to China in 2018, and the Chinese military successfully test-fired the missile launchers and hit an aerodynamic and a ballistic target. In detail with this particular most important information and various other considerable inputs, let us begin with today's defense updates of 27th of July 2020. And before beginning, I would like to tell you that SSB Crack Exams is India's largest, most preferred online defense exams preparation portal. We are one-stop solution for you if you're preparing for NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territorial Army and Indian Air Force, Admin Group X and Group Y, including all other various important defense examinations. You can simply download our Android app from the Google Play Store, where you can have each and every most important study material, defense related most important information and all sorts of informative content in your hand. Beginning with the question of the day that I have posted on Saturday, that is on 25th of July 2020, and the question that I asked was the alumni of which Indian institution are called as Rimcolians, and 90% of the students who are watching my defense updates are answering this a very correct way, and I appreciate each and every important aspirant of such. The first about this particular answer, the answer for this is Rashtriya Indian Military College at Dehradun. RIMC is a military school for boys which is situated in Doon Valley in Dehradun, and it is a feeder institution for the NDA, INA and subsequently the Indian Armed Forces. Understanding? So, Rashtriya Indian Military College is a feeder institution. This particular college has classes from class 8th to 12th. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th classes would be studying here, and the students of this RIMC college would be again be categorized and they will be again retested, and as per the results they will be located into the National Defense Academy, the Indian Naval Academy and so on. So the sections of this particular college include the Pratap section, Ranjit section, Shivaji section and Chandragupta section. Now we will begin with the first and foremost important defense information, and that is about that Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh Ji has paid homage to fallen heroes at National War Memorial on 21st anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas yesterday. Yesterday we had celebrated the 21st Kargil Vijay Divas, and Shri Rajnath Singh Ji along with Raksha Rajya Mantri Shri Shripad Naik, the Chief of Defence Staff and Secretary of Department of Military Affairs General Bipin Rawat, Chief of Army Staff General M.M. Naravane, Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Karambir Singh and Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadoria have paid homage to the fallen heroes at National War Memorial on 21st anniversary of India's victory in Kargil conflict. Going on with the next important defense information is about that Western Army Commander has visited various Western sectors which are under his control. Who is that Western Army Commander? Is Lieutenant General Ravindra Pal Singh, also known as Lieutenant General R.P. Singh. He is an Army Commander of the Western Command of Indian Army. He visited forward areas in Western sector. He reviewed operational preparedness and he commended the troops for their high morale, exhorted them to work with same zeal and enthusiasm. Going on with the next important information is about that Indian Air Force has a lot of important assistance. IAF is assisting in the humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations that are going to be done in Bihar, where IAF has deployed helicopters for these particular operations, where the flood affected districts of Bihar were there. Relief material was airdropped in inaccessible areas of Darbhanga, East Champaran, Madhubani and Gopalganj. HADR operations by IAF will continue in coming days as well. Here is a short clip for that. Going on with the next important information is about that Indian intelligence is gathering satellite. ANISAT has even passed over Tibet and China has started mobilizing the troops. This particular satellite is a very important satellite. EMISAT is the Indian intelligence. It's a premier Indian intelligence gathering satellite, and this satellite carries a very important electronic intelligence package, ELINT, and the ELINT package that EMISAT carries is named as Kautilya. Okay, and this particular Kautilya has capabilities that are among the most highly classified, closely guarded aspects of operation for military purposes. On Saturday, carried out a pass over PLA positions in occupied Tibet near Arunachal Pradesh. Built by ISRO, EMISAT's ELINT missions monitor radio signals which are used to determine the nature and location of all the sources of transmission in an enemy area. So, this particular satellite has the capability to take up all the important sources of information with respect to its radio signals. It can monitor a large and lot of important enemy territory areas through this particular satellite. Okay, so now we are going on with the next important information is about that United States has eased export restrictions on unmanned drones or unmanned aerial vehicles, and because of this particular legislation that is done by the USA, our country is going to benefit from it. President Donald Trump's order on updated export restrictions on unmanned aerial vehicles. Please remember, this is an updated export restrictions on unmanned aerial vehicles. So they were a sort of restrictions. So as per the restrictions, they have updated these new restrictions, and as per these particular updates, the new speed limit of the UAVs is now increased to 800 kilometers per hour. That means increase in speed mentions that you can see for any particular UAV, if you want to have a larger speed, if you want to have a larger aspect, you need to have a larger systems understanding. In the sense, it should have a lot of more sophisticated systems. So increasing the speed limit indicates that you can increase in your sophisticated technological systems. So this is in one particular way is benefiting our country. This will not only help its US's allies in the Middle East facing the brunt of Chinese armed drones in Libyan theater, but will also help India acquire proven Predator B armed and Global Hawk surveillance drones from US. Both the top of line drones have speeds less than 800 kilometers per hour. So this is going to benefit us large and in a very better way. Going on with the next important defense information is about that Indian Navy's green efforts. Indian Navy is reducing carbon footprint by increasing its solar power plants in all the three commands. Solar power plants have been installed in all three commands. Now, what are all of these? These are being built according to the National Solar Mission. This is to achieve a 100 GW of solar power by 2022. The Indian Navy has so far been between May to July installed large solar power plants in three commands. Now, what are those three particular solar power plants? One is at the 3 megawatt solar power plant project executed by Kerala State Electronics Department Corporation Limited, KELTRON, and was inaugurated at Indian Naval Academy at Ezimala. This we discussed few days back. This also we discussed that 2 megawatt solar power plant has been inaugurated at Naval Station Karanja, Uran. This also has been discussed few days back, and we also discussed that a 2 megawatt solar power solar photovoltaic plant has been commissioned at INS Kalinga in Visakhapatnam. So all of these three are most important solar power plants that you have to compulsorily remember, because these are going to come and these might appear in various examinations like CDS, NDA and various other important examinations of defense. So it is very much important that you remember this particular most important dynamic current affairs. Going on with the next important information is that China's weapon supply to Myanmar terrorists reignites northeast insurgency fears. Now, there was a recent seizure of a large quantity of illegal Chinese weapons in Mae Tao region. Now, where is this Mae Tao region? This particular region is in Myanmar. This is on the Thai side of Myanmar-Thailand border. So, it is at this particular border we have acquired there was a recent seizure of illegal Chinese weapons there. So, China is supplying the weapons to this particular insurgent people and insurgency positions, and it has given rise to India's fear of another attempt to reignite insurgency in the northeastern region. That means in the northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh and various other most important strategic states. So Indian insurgents from the country's northeastern states who have been sheltering for years in Myanmar have their roots in the Rakhine state. Both present security challenges for India. In addition to being threats to national security, they are also irritants that impact India's Act East policy. Okay, going on with the next important information. is that Russia has delivered the second S-400 systems to China. This is what I was discussing with you in the introductory session. And now this is a second S-400 regimental set. This consists of two divisions of launch devices, radio location stations, energy and service equipment, spare parts and instruments to China. Now the client has also received more than 120 advanced anti-aircraft guided missiles of two types. S-400s were reportedly delivered via maritime transport and the handover certificate was signed in December in China. Going on with the next important information is that India shows interest to acquire Russian 2S-25M Sprut SDM-1 self-propelled anti-tank tracked armor. Now, Sprut is a very important missile defense system of Russia. So, amidst the ongoing standoff in Ladakh, India has sent out a request for information to Russia for its Sprut light tanks. India has not yet disclosed the exact numbers of tanks to be purchased, but this particular tanks is initially intended for naval infantry and ground troops. However, it can be operated as a traditional light tank in an effective manner. Okay. Also, to get in detail, that we can understand that the export-oriented Sprut SDM-1 is initially intended for naval infantry. Now, the platform's armament suite integrates a 125mm tank cannon, a guided weapon, and a remotely operated weapon system with a 7.62mm general-purpose machine gun. It should be mentioned that Sprut SDM-1 fires on the move and when swimming. Its sensor suite allows the crew to engage targets round the clock and in low visibility environments. The light tank is also features a modern, highly automated fire control system. Going on with the next important defense information is about the 82nd CRPF Raising Day. Today CRPF is celebrating its Raising Day. This is the logo of CRPF and this is the flag of CRPF. CRPF is India's largest central armed police force and it functions under the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Government of India. Its primary role lies in assisting the state and union territories in police operations to maintain law and order and counter-insurgency. CRPF came into existence on 27th of July 1939 after Indian independence. It became the CRPF upon the CRPF Act on 28th of December 1949. Also to get in detail that this particular CRPF has as of now 246 battalions and various other establishments. CRPF is considered India's largest paramilitary force and it has sanctioned strength of more than 3 lakh personnel as of last year. The motto of CRPF is Seva or Nishtha, which means service and loyalty. Going on with the next and the last and final important defense information is about remembering His Excellency late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's death anniversary. We have to remember this important legend because he is our missile man and for his work he's been developed and he developed the ballistic missile and launch vehicle technologies to our country. He also played very important pivotal organizational, technical and political roles in India's Pokhran 2 nuclear test in 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. Also that he was the project director of India's first satellite Rohini and during his tenure in DRDO, he headed the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, the IGMDP, to develop 5 important missiles that are still in the Indians' arsenal and they include the Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Akash and Nag. Kalam was elected as 11th President of India with the support of both the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party and the then opposition INC. Widely referred to as the People's President, he returned to his civilian life of education, writing and public service after a single term. He was a recipient of several prestigious awards including the Bharat Ratna, which is India's highest civilian honor. While delivering a lecture at the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong, Kalam collapsed and died from an apparent cardiac arrest on 27th of July 2015 while he was aged 83 years. Thousands, including national-level dignitaries, attend the funeral ceremony held in his hometown of Rameshwaram, where he was buried with full state honors. India will never forget APJ Abdul Kalam for his efforts and for his contributions to this motherland. Now we will have a very quick review by going through some of the most important questions. So the first and foremost question is operation launched by Indian Army during Kargil War. Indian Army's operation that has been launched during Kargil War that is named as Operation Vijay. Now what is that operation that is launched by Indian Air Force during Kargil War? Indian Air Force has also assisted Indian Army during Kargil War and that particular operation is named as Operation Safed Sagar. Next important question is India's premier intelligence gathering satellite is. EMISAT is India's premier intelligence gathering satellite. EMISAT is operated by which particular important Indian institution or organization? EMISAT is operated by the Defense Research and Development Organization, the DRDO. Next important question is CRPF Act was enacted on which particular date? It was enacted on 28th of December 1949. The next important question is the motto of CRPF is. The motto of CRPF is service and loyalty. Now we have the next important question. The President Donald Trump has recently ordered about updated export restrictions on unmanned aerial vehicles with the new speed limit of which particular, how many kilometers per hour? It has a new speed limit of 800 kilometers per hour. And next important question is which among the following is not a work of APJ Abdul Kalam? Now which among these is not a book that is written by APJ Abdul Kalam, and that book is Gandhi Nehru Subhash. Gandhi Nehru Subhash is written by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Now we have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is who is the first female officer in the Indian Army to win the gold medal in the first women officers batch of OTA Chennai in 1992? I repeat the question, who is the first female officer in the Indian Army to win the gold medal in the first women officers batch of OTA Chennai in 1992? The answer for this and the explanation for it I will be giving you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams. Subscribe to this channel. Download our app from Google Play Store where you can have each and every defense related information, all sorts of most important content in your hand. And that is it with this particular session. I will see you in the next session. Until then, stay safe, work hard. Jai Hind.